Hello everyone. In today's video, well, you saw the title. I want to talk about identity theft, and I want to talk about, it's going to be a lot of different things I'm going to talk about, but the main thing in this title, I want to talk about what's in the title of this video. And I want to talk about identity theft and fraudulent accounts, and what you should do in order to combat it, fight it, prevent it. But we're going to go into a lot of different things. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's been it's been last week. Since we posted the video, so I just want to come on. I'm going to come on here and I want to talk about this a little bit more. This is me get out a disclaimer. This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. If you would like legal advice or financial advice, then I suggest you find yourself a competent professional, and by all means, please be advised. What I'm about to say here is strictly for education and informational purposes only. And the views and opinions of me, the host, Raphael Bird, does not reflect any of the views and opinions of any platform that hosts Blind Intelligence. Now, let's begin. Now, when you have discovered that you have potentially have had identity theft, and there's something could be on your consumer report, of course we know the identity theft and fraudulent accounts is very, very it's horrible. It's horrible to combat. It's a horrible thing to open up and find out that this thing is going on with you in your life, because you're trying to do everything right, but man, some people is just like, please, it's just like you just can never get where you need to be, because this crap comes up. You know what I'm saying? When this crap comes up, it seems like you take 2 steps back, when you're making a 1 step forward, But how you respond to it, not react, respond. How you respond to it, all the more reasons why you must know, because it's gonna, how you respond to it is also shows you how you can continue on with your life. You know what I'm saying? It's how fast you continue on with your life. It's based on that. It's how you respond to it. And we might have something. There may be something on the credit report that's reflecting it. So what do we do? The first thing you need to be doing is pull your consumer reports and see what's on them. Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. I would also pull LexisNexis. Yeah, I would pull all the reports that I could pull. There's one out in Arizona. I can't think of the name of it, but I'm gonna pull these reports. I want to pull all those, especially LexisNexis. You know what I'm saying? I want to pull their reports, right? I want to pull whatever reports that reports directly to, because when you go into a method of verification, they're going to tell you who's reporting it. They have to do that by law. The consumer agencies is what I'm talking about. When you do a method of verification, they have to tell you by law that this is who reported this report to us. Reported on this is where we got the information from. So now what you mean? So now you need to be pulling all your reports and looking at them thoroughly. Of course, you can hire me. My consultation fees varies. I'm at blindintelligence718@gmail.com. And like I said, but you have to look at this thing, but you have to look at it thorough. If you don't want to deal with it, then hey, My consulting fee, I look, I don't fix, I fix it, but I don't, you know, I ain't gonna guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? Like the commercial, I'll fix it, but I ain't gonna guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? So, but the main thing is that we want to, you want to get that consultation. You know what I'm saying? And because you don't know what, sometimes you don't know what you're looking at, and sometimes it takes a person like myself to help you in that area, so you can know so I can tell you exactly what you need to be doing in order to prevent this, and to combat it, how to remove it off the report, get that thing removed. You know what I'm saying? Exterminate it. It's out of there. You know, forget about it. You know, so that's something that you have to. That's a decision that you would have to make on your own. No force. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you want to get access to your reports. You want to get access to basically all 3 of your reports, like I said, including LexisNexis. You know, if you have the time to do that, I would do that as well. And once you look at those reports, the very first thing you need to be looking at is your personal information. Because if your personal information, you don't need to go no further. You need to go no further than your personal information. I hark on that. And the reason why I hark on the personal information, because it's important. Because if your personal information is out of whack, identity theft, you know what I'm saying, you don't know where your identity theft is coming from. You don't know how is it be. It may be reporting identity theft, but if you hadn't had like nothing fraudulent in terms of a credit card coming in your name, well, you may have, but if you have a credit card in your name, you know what I'm saying, that's why I say you want to pull that report, because it may be an address that your name is tied to, that they're using it. And you know, the very first thing you need to be doing is, filing a police report. Now, many people say a police report is not, it's not the, what it says, it's not the only result, but it's not, because there's a lot of steps to it. But it helps because it's adding credibility to your to your case. But I would, like I said, you have to, and then you have to, probably have to, fill out an affidavit, whatever the case may be. Boom, boom. I want to give as much information to the consumer agencies as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? For you to get these removals. You know what I'm saying? Keep copies of yourselves and then the originals, and you want to get as much information. But let me say this: you must clean up your personal information. You need to go into you need to go straight into that process of cleaning up that personal information. I don't care what it is. You need to clean it all up, but make sure you keep copies of that information that's reporting that identity theft or some fraudulent accounts that's on your report. You have to get, you got to get a clear, keep copies of that. So, but you want to clean up that information, because when you clean up all that personal information, it may help. It's probably going to help you out some, because it probably is going to drop off. Because if those fraudulent accounts or that identity theft or whatever it is, those negative is reporting on your report, well, they might be reporting up under another address or another variance of your name, or maybe something similar or maybe it might be within the variance of your name, but but like I said, it might be tied to another address, telephone number, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And you're getting the brunt of it. But you got to clean up that information. Clean it up. Get it clear. And see, now what you're doing now, y'all, is you building a case. Because once you have the original document, a consumer report, to where it shows that you had identity theft or a fraudulent account or a charge off, whatever it is, then when you get the new updated account, now you can make a contrast and comparison. And you can see now if these folks give you problems. Okay, well, let's go to court. Let's go to court. You know what I'm saying? You got the removals. Now you have proof that they verified that this identity theft, indeed it is fraudulent, and so we removed it off the report. You know what I'm saying? So that's showing credibility on your end. See what I'm saying? So they can't nobody take you to court. Okay, debt collector, let's play with it. Or creditor, let's go to court, creditor, because it's probably going to be a creditor, or in-house debt collector, but it's probably going to be they're going to take you to court. But you know what I'm saying? But this is your proof. See what I'm saying? This is your proof. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no joke. It is a process. It ain't no joke, but you got to have proof. You got to provide. You got to do that due diligence. Because this is you talking about. It ain't me. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get into the house. You trying to secure a car loan. You trying to secure a boat loan. You trying to secure some type of financial. You might be trying to get a business loan. You might be trying to get but your personal credit need to be straight. They ain't gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna need a PG. That's a personal guarantee. They need a PG. So how you gonna provide that? And you got all this mess going on your personal side. Make that make sense. You see where I'm coming from? So this is why I say clean up your personal information on your consumer reports. Even with LexisNexis, clean it up. Get it all cleaned up. Yo, I would even on the personal, I would even put it in affidavit. Straight up. Because can't nobody rebut an affidavit on that person when you clean up your personal information. They can't, they're gonna remove everything. They're gonna remove it. They're gonna put what's supposed to be there. And in any accounts that's tied to those different variants of them names, it's gonna fall off. They're gonna fall off your report. But you have to do the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm right now I'm giving you a free one. You ain't got to come to me. I'm giving it to you right now on the video. How you like that for size? I'm giving it to you like right now for a free one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks is not doing this. A lot of folks is doing double talk, and they're trying to, they're trying to circumvent what you need to be doing, just so they can get you to come in, so they can get that consultation fee. But this right here, no, I'm telling you what you need to be doing. Now, if you come and you consult with me, yes, I'm gonna charge you. If you don't want to do this yourself, yes, I'm going to charge you. But I'm going to give it to you straight up, straight real, and these are the facts. These are the facts. Ain't nobody doing nothing different. Ain't nobody saying nothing different. Some folks is doing stuff different, but they're not saying nothing. They're They're not going to say anything different. They'll do something different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to help you. I want you to, because you might be viewing this video. You might be living in Wisconsin. You might be viewing this video. You might be living in Oregon. You might view this video. You might be living in California. I'm way out here in Mississippi. But this is why I say you have to do your due diligence. And if you live in those such places, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course you can send me an email or whatever the case may be. I will answer you. But the point is that, you know, I'm giving this information to you straight up right now, off the rip. All you need to do is follow it. Just follow along. You know what I'm saying? Follow along. Because everything that I'm saying to you, you'll see that once you do exactly what I'm saying. Pull them reports and look at your personal information and get those removals. Write you a letter, say, hey, look, listen, I need to remove, and what you have to do, say, I need you to remove these reports, remove this personal information. Here is my name, my address, telephone number, last four of my social. Right? This is, I'm giving this to you. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to send them a copy of a current utility bill or something with your address on it, name and everything, something current from the mail, right? And you're going to send them a copy of your identification. You know what I'm saying? A copy, all copies. You know what I'm saying? Of your information. Boom. And I would even go further and write it out an affidavit. Have it notarized, of course, because it's not going to be valid. It's not going to be an affidavit until it's notarized. And I would do that. And they will remove it. Now, I remember TransUnion and Equifax removing mine over the phone. Experian did not. I had to send off for it till I can get that thing removed. I can speak about that. But I don't know how they're moving now. I don't know. This was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know how they're moving now. But to not even deal with the hassle of trying to find out, just send out a letter. Certified mail with a return receipt. You're going to get that 3011 card in the mail. That's saying that they got it, and that's your proof. You got proof that they got it, because that card is going to have a unique postal number on it. That's your tracking number. You know what I'm saying? That's your number that you're going to have saying that they have it. And you keep that and attach that to your, once you get your consumer reports and everything, you attach that to your consumer reports. Once you look them over, and then you have to read, and if you have to go and read and get your personal, and once they send you an updated consumer report, you're going to take the other 3811 card and you're going to attach it and keep it in there for your records, because that's your proof. If anybody decides that they want to send you a letter, right? They want to send you a letter saying that they want to sue you, certified. I don't know what state you're in, because sometimes they send certified letters of lawsuits that they want to sue you. Sometimes they'll send a sheriff to your house. Sometimes they might send a constable to your house. They might come out there themselves and send a servicer out there to your house and knock on your door, ring your doorbell to serve you to come to court. Now, if that happens to you, this is what you have to do. Have your information. Look, even though that they're certain, the one who's asserts, the one who got to prove their case, not the one who denies. You're on the defense side, so you don't have to prove anything. They have to prove it. You got to remember that. I'm dropping jewels on you right now. All 50 states. I don't care what state you're in. The one who asserts is the one that to prove their case. So they're gonna send you. If they send you a summons to come to court, they gotta prove their case. They gotta prove it was you. Did you get it when you file an answer? Now, how you file your answer? They're gonna send you that summons. Then you gotta file an answer. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna go to court. You file the answer. Boom, boom, boom. Then the judge might tell you, say, look here, y'all can go outside and get this thing settled. Under Fair Debt Collection Practices Act under 15 USC 1692G, what does that say in the validation? Y'all gotta validate this debt. Where's my blue wet ink signature on the documentation that I signed in order for me to take this loan that you're trying to bring me to court with? They ain't gonna have it because you didn't sign it. You didn't sign it. So, because this is straight identity of theft. Fraudulent. Straight up. So, but let me say this. Let me say something. Don't go in there knowing you did wrong. Don't go in there knowing you did wrong. These are for the folk like you that has done nothing wrong. You didn't take the loan. You got something on there that you didn't pay, that was in a different variance of your name. That was in another address. So, next thing. If you're not getting a business loan, or if you're just trying to just clean up your report after you done secured, you're not trying to acquire a home, you already got a home, you're not trying to acquire a car, you got a car, I would freeze my consumer reports and attach me a PIN number or something to where they identify me. They can identify me with that PIN number, because this will keep people and this will keep people from trying to get your reports. And then not only that, they won't share your information. The consumer agencies are real bad at sharing your information. You need to go online and find out how to opt out. Go online, opt out from them sharing your information. That's why you get a whole bunch of junk mail. I know you get it. I used to get it. But you gotta opt out all that stuff. That's them sharing your information. They get paid. How do you think they get paid? Imagine. I want you to just think about this for a minute. If somebody shared your information and they just got 20 cents, just 20 stinking cents. But imagine they did that for 20 million people. That's a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bread. And then they did it. And then they did 20 million people. Matter of fact, let's do 10 million people. 10 million people. 10 million people. About 10 million times. Well, let's say let's not even go up that high. Let's just say 50 times. 50 times. And then on top, different information. Alright. Well, not different information, but different companies. What different companies? You got like about 50, maybe to 100 different companies that they share your information. I'm telling you, so you gotta, so I'm telling you now, you really gotta get a hold on that. You gotta opt out of that, opt out your personal information. Opt out of selling your information, and you need to be freezing your accounts. That's if you're not, trying to do something. If you're not trying to do something, whatever the case may be, you're trying to, like I said, you're not trying to secure no business credit, get a car, house, whatever, anything that's dealing with credit. If you're not trying to do something, freeze your accounts. Shut all of it down. Shut all of it down. Shut it down. You have control. Don't think the consumer agencies, as the credit bureaus, have control. They don't. You do. So this is a take back of control of your credit report. The fraudulent accounts, the identity thefts, and all that stuff, you can combat that. Just take a little work and a little bit of time. I'm your host, Raphael Bird, and this is Blind Intelligence. If you found this video very insightful, please share this information out, because I want this information to be disseminated out to as many people as possible, because it is important. If you're going through, I know you're going through some $30,000 and $50,000, in debt, and you're out your wit and you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the steps that you can take. You know what I'm saying? And I truly hope that I help someone today. And until next week, stay encouraged, and thank you for watching.